Hi, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to live learning classes for strategic management by Board of Studies. And I see a few of you have joined. Some people say it's too cold, but you're still ready to study. I see Ram Nivas, Parth, Nikita, Jay, Santika, hey Sankaran, Hardik. Madhav has also joined. I'm good, Hardik. Thanks for asking. Hope all is good at your end too. Parth, I'm good, a little bit cold, but excited to interact. Where are you from, Parth? Why is it a little cold? Is it like you're in Himachal, Jammu? Where are you? Most of the places in India are still not too cold. Hey Tushar, Prashant, Sonia, Vadlavani, Neha, Ramdevi, I see. Hey Sugun, Pooja, Neha. Good. Ramdevi, I'm good. Hope you're keeping well as well. Because it's a change of season for sure. It's not too cold, like I said, but it's a change of season, and most of what us are feeling that thing that it's change of season. Our throats are getting that hit. I'm good, Neha. Thank you for asking. Absolutely, Tushar. You can join today's session. All previous sessions are already there in the recorded library. You can go and see those. It'll be on YouTube as well. You can go and refer that. But right, you cannot ask questions. That's what the benefit of live is. You can ask a lot of questions. Recorded me, you can't ask questions. So that's one big bummer. Great. Anybody who can tell me where we were last time? Let's see how much do you remember what we were doing last time. Somebody tell me what was the last topic we were doing last time. I just want to check you guys remember, you guys go back and revise or not? Or is it just me who's revising at 12 a.m. in the night so that I'm prepared for the morning? Which topic were we doing last time? Let's see if you remember or not. Strategic drivers on channels. Okay. Strategic drivers, and then we had to start with channels, right? But which was the topic we were doing just before channels? Product and service. That's right. Marketing. We were doing marketing, right? We were doing the multiple ways of doing marketing. Like what is product marketing? What is this marketing? What is personal marketing? What is that marketing? Okay, great. We were doing product and service, under which we were doing marketing. I'll just quickly go through chapter 3, what we were doing, and then we can start with, right? We started chapter 3 with key stakeholders. You got to remember that, right? Mendelow's key stakeholders, we understood the Mendelow's matrix, which was dividing people into 4 buckets based on their influence part in our business and their interest in the business. We divide people into 4 quadrants, and then we decide what is to be done with those people, whether you want to keep those people satisfied, you want to keep those play people on low priority, what you want to keep those people just informed, or those are the key players of your business. That is defined by this quadrant, which is based on the influence and power in the business and their interest in the organization. Okay, the higher the interest, the higher the interest in the organization, the higher the power in the organization, the better is what they should be treated in terms of decision making and information, and those are your key players. When the interests are low and the power is also low, those are low priority people, like magazines, like media houses, because maybe some small magazine somewhere in, let's say, for Tata. Okay, let's take an example for Tata Sons or Reliance, a small newspaper somewhere in Arunachal Pradesh, let's say. There's a small local newspaper, that too in Arunachal Pradesh. It's a low priority media house for them. But maybe ABP News or an NDTV could be, or a Business World or a CNBC Avaz could be a high priority but low interest thing, right? They just want to keep them, the interest is low, but the power is high. They just want to keep them satisfied, right, for such media houses. But a small local newspaper somewhere in Arunachal Pradesh, that the interest is low and the influence is low, just keep them on the low priority. Okay, because you don't want to spend a lot of time, a lot of money and efforts making people those happy who are low priority, who do not even have a power to change your business or influence your business, nor do they have any interest in your business. Why do you want to spend so much time on them? That's what Mendelow's matrix quickly helped us understand: who is important for us, who is not, and how do we deal with the external people? How do we manage our key stakeholders as a business? Okay, great. Then we talked about something as strategic drivers. We had four strategic drivers where we talked about industries and markets, customers, product services, and channels, right? We were talking about all these things. We were talking about industries and markets, customers, product and services, what we were discussing, under which we were doing the marketing thing, right? And finally, we will do channels today. Great. All similar companies grouped together called as an industry, like Zara, H&M, Marks and Spencer. All these are apparel clothing industry. Okay. These are apparel, clothing, accessories, fashion. This is what the industry is called, right? Then we had strategic group mapping. An interesting, very, very interesting thing that we studied was strategic group mapping, wherein I took you through some examples of automotive industry. We were talking about all the cars based on the price and model, the strategic group mapping of fast food chains in terms of their size and the grouping of the food. And then we also did a strategic group mapping of fast food chains based on the healthy food, junk food, and the variety they have on the menu, right? The wide choice to the limited choice. So the variety they have on the menu versus the kind of food they sell, from junk food versus healthy food, that is what strategic group mapping means. Okay. It can be anything. It can be used, it can be done on any two metrics that you want to compare, any two metrics you think you want to group people or your competitors to understand what kind of business they're doing, and then you figure out one important thing. Okay, my question to you is very simple now. What do you understand? What is the final outcome of doing a strategic group mapping? What does it tell you? What's that one thing that strategic group mapping tells you, that this is what you have to do now? You tell me. We have done that. We did this for 30, 40 minutes last class. You should know this. Okay. What is that one thing that strategic group mapping helps you understand and helps you take a decision on? What is that one thing? The chat box is open. I want all of you to answer. Okay. I want each one of you to respond and tell us, what does strategic group mapping actually tell us? Okay. I see few answers. People are saying analyze, able to identify competitors. Okay. Analyzing industry, immediate competition. Right. Navanya Santega, your answers are absolutely right. Right. That's what it does. That, but the one thing that it does the most for your business, that's what Prajakta is saying. She says that immediate competition, right? Who are the ones who are exactly like me and I have to compete immediately with them? That is what strategic group mapping tells you, right? Your position in the market, maybe common preferences grouped, techniques to do business, tells us who the immediate competitor and how profitable the market is. That's right, Rito. Okay. It tells you on a broad idea that who all are the competitors, what are they doing. But the essence of doing strategic group mapping is you understand who is your real immediate competition. Who is your real immediate competition? Somebody wanting to do a, a healthy restaurant with a very low variety, right? They will file Wendy's is my competitor. Okay, they will say Wendy's is my competitor. They are not concerned with Burger King or KFC because those are junk food. Okay, I don't want to spend my money, marketing efforts. विराट कोहली खरीद लिया मैंने, MS धोनी से ऐड करवा दी, and I am not even sure कि मेरा competitor कौन है. So you need to figure out who are your real immediate competitors. That is when you do strategic group mapping. Okay. That's one. You can compete with everyone, but that's not possible because there are too many businesses. You need to figure out and pinpoint that, boss, this is the person who is doing exactly what I want to do. So this is my real competition. Okay. For most of us, we want to rank. Some of us do not, because we know we don't want to rank. I don't want to put in so much efforts. I just want to clear the examinations with good marks. I don't want to rank. There could be people who do that, right? So their competition is not those people who are aiming for ranks. Their competition is everybody else. But somebody who's saying, I want to go and get a rank in my examinations, then your competition is those 50 people who get the rank. Okay. Then you know who are your competitors. That's what strategic group mapping is. Okay. Great. Then we were doing customers. Difference between customer and consumer, very simple. Customer, the person who buys, consumer, who finally uses the product. Marketers have to be careful about both the segments, both the customers and the consumers, because you cannot just keep customers in isolation or consumers in isolation and build a product or a market or do the pricing. You cannot do that. You got to be careful about both of them, which is customers also, consumers also, because customers are going to pay, they are price sensitive. Consumers want the quality and satisfaction in terms of what they're getting from the product. So your product designing, your product packaging, your product quality, all of that is what consumer is concerned about. Pricing is what is more sensitive for the customer because they're going to go and pay for your product. So you should know who is my customer, you should know who is my consumer. The customers can be consumers as well, the consumers can be customers as well, and the both can be different as well. So you need to know what's happening with my product. Do I have more customers who are consumers, or do I have customers who are not even the consumers? Like for diapers, like for dog food, right? Now, dogs are not going to come and buy pedigree or any kind of dog food themselves, right? Somebody has to go and buy that food, and the dog needs to like that food. Okay. So the customer, the market people, the people who are doing that marketing, no, we are not doing ads for dogs. We are doing ads for humans who have to buy the product, but they might never even eat that product. They might never even use that product, right? But you have to market for them. The customer is different from the consumer, and you got to satisfy both there. That's a classic example. Same goes with diapers. Like toddlers or babies who are newborn babies are not going to come to your shop and buy a product. Neither a mother or father is ever going to wear a diaper, right? ऐसा तो नहीं है मम्मी पापा डायपर पहन के घूमेंगे चेक करेंगे ठीक आ रहा है कि नहीं. The consumers and customers are different, and that is where the smartness of a marketer, the smartness of a strategist comes into the picture. Okay. We were talking about certain brands like P&G who have very smartly even done a product designing wherein they have so many different products, right, within the same segment. Like Head and Shoulders, Olay, Old Spice, Pantene, all of these are shampoos done with a different branding, but all of them are done by P&G. P&G has all these brands, all these are shampoos, but they are branded and packaged in a different way, which seems like these are all different brands, but these are all brands from the same company, right? That is P&G. What is the full form for P&G? Prince says it may be possible Reels ka zamana, the new trend will be that parents are wearing diapers and then people will be wearing your laddu pila color diaper, right? What's the full form of PNG? What is this company PNG actually called? What's the full form of PNG? Do not Google. And if you know only then write. Okay, I have a few answers. Procter and Gamble, Procter and Gamble, Procter and Gamble. Awesome. PNG is Procter and Gamble. One of the biggest FMCGs. If you want to work in industry in FMCG, great company to go and work with, right? Most of my friends tried. They do not select a lot of people. Very selective company. Awesome. Let's go to the next one. We were talking about new product. Okay. When somebody is launching a new product, three objectives to be kept in mind. Number one, have customer centric approach. Customer is the king slash queen. Okay. We used to say customer is the king. Now we've got to say customer is king slash queen or the emperor or the empress, right? You got to have a customer centric approach while making a product. You should know what the customer wants. You should know what the customer is actually looking for in your product, what kind of use they want, what kind of things are they looking for. Number two, produce sufficient returns through a reasonable margin over cost. Paisa banana hai dost, it's a business. Your new product has to be very carefully designed where it satisfies the customers, helps you make money. Number three, increases your market share. Just got to do three simple things, right? Has to be customer centric, satisfy the customer. Very good. Got to make margins. Yes. Number three, increase market share. What it's use if it's not beating your competition, right? So three things if a new product can do, that's a fantastic new product. Okay. Morning, everybody who's waking up right now. Cash is king, not customer, right? Cash comes from the customer. So, Srinivasan, you're saying the customer has king in their pocket. So you got to bring that money out. That's some jokingly somebody was telling me that the world still is run by Gandhiji. And I was a little confused that Gandhiji is no longer there, right? He said, no, he's there in your pocket. So the world still runs with Gandhiji. You're right on that though. The cash is king, okay? Meaning of centric approach, Shruti centric means customer should be the center of all decision making, right? Customer should be the center of all decision making. Price कितना होना चाहिए? Customer को दिमाग में रख के you have to decide. You have to decide the pricing based on customer. You have to design the designing based on customer. You have to decide the location of your business based on customer. You have to decide the comfort that the customer has in online or offline. You have to decide what the customer is actually looking for. You have to decide who the customer is. Everything revolves around the customer. Okay. That's what we mean as customer centric approach. The customer is the center of everything. Great. When we were talking about marketing, where we left off last time, we were doing social marketing, augmented marketing, which is an extended marketing. Then we have direct marketing, ghar jao, ghanti bajao, becho, relationship marketing, service marketing. We were saying, you were talking about person marketing, Dhoni, Virat Kohli, Ranveer Singh. We talked about organization marketing. We talked about place marketing, Incredible India, the heart of India, Madhya Pradesh, right? Truly Asia, Malaysia, Visit Singapore. All these are place marketing, right? Honeymoon है तो यूरोप तो जाना ही पड़ेगा चाहे you have to sell your kidneys. That's place marketing. They're marketing their entire set of nations, the entire European Union as a tourist spot. That's place marketing, right? Karan Johar taking people for dance to Switzerland. Place marketing. Why does Rohit Shetty is doing all his movies in Goa? Because Goa government is giving him subsidies. That's a place marketing technique of the Goa government. They say if people watch his movies and they find that wow, Goa is so green, there are beaches, it's such a lovely place, they would want to visit that place. It's called place marketing, those. Enlightened marketing is where we were looking at. Enlightened marketing is basically when you make people aware about a product and then you sell it, right? I was giving you the example of this thing that a lot of people are now doing is night routine on skin, the essential oils, those drops you do, and then they're teaching you how you got to massage your face at night. You got to apply this, you got to apply that. You are telling them something of use. You're telling them something which is good for them, and then you're selling your product. That's called enlightened marketing, right? Just like yoga as well. I would take an example. Yoga is also enlightened marketing. You tell people that, boss, if you do yoga 30 minutes every day, You will be healthy, you will have less problems, your body will feel fresh, you will feel young, it's good for your health. You give that idea to them, and then you sell them the courses, you sell them the yoga classes, you sell them all the products that Patanjali is selling. You got to eat gokurshuda, you got to eat this dawai, you got to eat this vitamin, you got to eat this thing, chavanprash khao, ye khao. It's enlightened marketing. Again, just I was as I was talking, right? Eating Chyawanprash or eating any kind of supplement or protein that all these social media influencers and bodybuilders and fitness experts tell you that my routine is I have 2 scoops of protein shake at night. They're doing enlightened marketing. Okay. They're just creating an image in your mind that doing this is good for you. Once you agree to that, you will buy the product automatically. They're not selling the product. They're not saying go buy me, go buy product, go buy protein shake. Nobody tells you to buy protein shake. They just tell, see, we are consuming protein shake. It's good for us. That's it. Nobody tells you कि खरीदो खाओ. So you cannot go and complain them अरे आपने बोला था प्रोटीन शेक खाओगे अरे मैं तो कभी नहीं बोला था. I just said I do it and it feels good to me. I feel healthy after doing this. You'll be like, Acha, this is called enlightened marketing. You're telling them that this is good for you and you will automatically buy the product. Okay. I see a few questions. Let me take those. How to know the market demand for a product, Tushar? That's a great question. We don't do that in intermediate, but you do that when you do an MBA, right? But also there are statistics on Google. There are statistics through research papers that a lot of companies do, a lot of consulting companies like BCG, Bain, McKinsey, AT Kearney, right? All these companies, market research companies, there are so many market research companies as well, right? Gartner is there, then Bloomberg also does a lot of research. All these companies do reporting of the demand of every single product available in the market, from steel based nails to aeroplane wings to milk to like in earrings, oxidized earrings. They do reporting on everything, right? So you got to read their reports, you got to find their reports. You might also have to buy some of their reports, which are very premium reports, and you get some data. So that is how you understand what's the demand for a product in the market. How to do market analysis? वही तो पढ़ रहे हैं दोस्त. We'll do that. Meditation, gymming, right? Is enlightened market okay? In bookish language explained from the same thing. That's what I'm saying. It is marketing philosophy holding that companies' marketing should support the best long-term performance of the marketing system that is beyond the prevailing mindset. You're changing the mindset of the consumer here, right? Its 5 principles include customer-oriented, innovative, value creation, sense of mission, and societal. What is it doing? It's just customer oriented, focusing on the customer. Innovative ideas are always there. Marketing is all innovation, right? Then you have to show value that this does good to you, right? A sense of mission that people feel that, all right, I also have to do this. And it's a societal thing. That means you show it as a good thing for the society as a whole. We are doing it as for the planet. We are doing for the people. We are doing for the goodness of the people, right? That's what enlightened marketing is from a bookish language. Aman says, why do people say customer is God? Because Aman, you're selling that product to them. If the customer is not going to buy your product, your business is gonna go down in 30 days. Okay. I'll give you an example. You go to a shopkeeper. Some shopkeepers are like, hi, welcome. They will show you a lot of products. They will open every packet and show you, you buy this, you should buy this. They'll always have a smile on their face. 99.9% chances you will buy something from them. You go to a shopkeeper and you say, show me this. The second time you say, show me this, you're like, bar bar mat khulwao. You just tell me what you want to buy. I don't have time. Would you buy from that shopkeeper? Maybe 1% people would only buy who like the product. But if you do not like the shopkeeper, then you might not buy the product. So the customer needs to be treated like somebody who's going to pay for your product. So got to respect them, right? Okay, some examples of organization marketing: Reliance, Tata, Oyo, Boat. Boat is an organization marketing. Tata is an organization marketing. Reliance, Adani. Adani करता क्या है? How many of you have used any product of Adani? Raise your hand. Okay. Give me an emoji in the, if you have, right? A thumbs up or a thumbs down. Thumbs up means you have used the product of Adani. Thumbs down that you don't know if any product of Adani you have used or not. Or maybe you have never used. Tell me, have you ever used any product of Adani? You have? Priyanka says Adani Par, okay. Priyanka, your place gets Adani Par. Good to know that. My place doesn't. Parth says, yes, I've used a product of Adani. Never used, never. Edible oils. What does Adani even sell? That's Ruturaj. You don't even know, but you know Adani. बेचता क्या है अदानी? हमें तो पता ही नहीं. Cement, Ambuja cement, edible oils, never used. Princess. Adani Power means fuels. Okay. Achha, the fuel piece. Okay. I thought the bijli that's coming in your house. Mamta says, I don't know. Sandhya says, I have. Sankaran says, Malum nahi, never used. It's a mixed thing, right? Sakshi says, I haven't used. Somesh says, I have. Vaibhav says, I have. Fortune. Tel Lavanya says, I haven't. Right? Manish says, means हमने तो कभी अदानी सुना ही नहीं. आए ये तो मीम बन गया मनीष का. Okay. Par says, Fortune, never used, never. Okay, never used. Gerald, Gayatri says, never used. Difference of all points marketing. No, 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 no. Yes, 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 yes. See, such a mixed bag of thing. We are just like what, 60, 70 odd people in the entire India, and half of us have even never used an Adani product, or we don't know what Adani product we are using in some form or the other. That's organization marketing. We all know Adani, never used the product, but we know the organization. We know the brand. Someday, see, what is the benefit of organization marketing is if you know the brand, if you know the organization, okay? If you know about the organization, tomorrow if it comes and sells something you might just buy because you already know the company. They don't have to re-establish their standing for any product. This is what technique most of the conglomerates do. Conglomerates are companies which have multiple unrelated businesses. Conglomerates are businesses and companies which have a lot of unrelated businesses. We do atta chawal also, we do power also, we have petrol pumps, we have shipyards, we have export import, we have truck business, we have edible oil, we have atta, we have cement also, unrelated businesses. These kind of companies do organization marketing. They build their organization as a brand, and then they sell anything that they want to. They say, my brand is a brand. Now I can sell anything under this brand. Okay. That's called organization marketing. Tata, Reliance, right? Tesla, somebody was saying Tesla. Elon Musk, for that matter, right? That's a personal marketing. Elon Musk is doing personal marketing. I myself has become a brand. Now I can sell any company, any product. I have become a brand, right? That is his person marketing. But Tata, Reliance, Adani, Ambani's, all these are organization marketing. Birlas, right? That's what Jindal Group, right? For that matter, Jindal Group is also a great example. These are organization marketing. Cadbury company products in organization. See, you absolutely all these companies जिनका कंपनी का ही ब्रांड बन गया है, like a Wipro, like a Tata consultancy service. Have you ever used any product of TCS? Have you ever even used any product of Tata consultancy service? It's a $22 billion company, has 6.5 lakh employees across the globe, biggest IT company. Have you ever used any service or product of Tata consultancy service? You might not even know, but you know TCS, but you know Tata consultancy service, you know Tata. That's organization marketing, right? Cool. Right, Shankar, they took from Wilmar, so Adani Wilmar, that was a big news. We all study that in newspaper if you're reading newspapers, okay? We were doing differential marketing, synchro marketing, concentrated marketing, and demarketing. When does a company do demarketing? That's right, SSP login is from TCS. TCS product you're using ICAI self-service portal. Awesome. Now you know TCS as well. Ah, yeah, ICAI portal is from TCS. Good one. Absolutely, Ramadevi. Dhoni playing Candy Crush means everybody has to play Candy Crush. I just wonder how we as a society have stooped a person, all right, he might be a great celebrity. That's his choice. Where has our individuality gone? Right? We are just blindly following people. Zero opinion, zero individuality. That's another topic. I can go on and on for that. Another 2 hours. I don't want to do that. The question I had is, when does a company do demarketing? When the demand is more but supply is less, okay, to manage supply. That's good. When demands are too high, okay. Demarketing is low product produce, okay. The supply is less. When we want to reduce the demand, okay. Demand is more and the product is less, then we use demarketing. Awesome. Smart group of people. I don't have to teach anything. Great. To reduce the demand, demand is more, product is less. When there is huge demand, then we are demarketing. Why? Don't explain all points, only first point explain, not difference. Which difference? Shruti, what is miss? Tell me. Shruti, I've been taking so long for these chapters and still you're saying I'm not covering everything. How? I can do the entire syllabus in 3 classes. Absolutely. I'd given an example of PVR on weekdays, right? Also to reduce the demand to control the supply. Great. Today we start with channels, okay? Strategic drivers. The fourth one or the third one is channels, okay? Now let's understand this very easy concept, but let's understand this. When I say channels, what does come in your head? दिमाग में क्या आता है? When I say channels for a business, what's that strikes in your head? What do you understand when somebody says, what is the channel of selling for this business? What's the business channel for this company? What do you understand when I say channel? Route, okay, channel, and channel is what I'm saying. Answer. What what do you understand when I say when I ask somebody's talking about channels of the business? क्या होते हैं ये? Supply channels, wholesalers, retailers, customers, marketing chain, retail, wholesalers, distribution network, okay, advertisement nahi, marketing chain, supply, distribution channels, very nice. Whole process from which a consumer receives the product, great. Distribution routes for consumers to reach the product, cool. Chain of something, okay. Medium of distributing the products, business channels, marketing chain, when middlemen, retailers, business channels. Awesome. The pathway in which products meets distribution. When I hate channel, I think process the business runs. Distribution channel between manufacturers, consumers, medium through which we sell a products, chain of intermediary between company and consumer, through which the company flows production services, interlinking distribution system, levels of channel 0 to 2, ways of distribution. Awesome. That's right. Absolutely. You're right. The channel is how does my product from my factory, from my manufactured plant, reaches the final consumer. The entire process is channels. The product, the product, the product from my manufacturing plant to the consumer, everything in between is channels. The next question I would have is, if I'm studying this, if I was a student, my question is, why is this a strategic driver? ये तो सबको चाहिए. It's a necessity. That is how businesses are. उसके बिना तो आप, how will you operate? Why is this a strategic driver? Can somebody help us understand? Why do you think channels, now that you know what channels are, you guys are smart, right? You know what channels are. Why are channels a strategic driver? That means my strategy is driven by thinking about channels. I should think very deeply, or I should think strategically about channels. Why? Why should we even think about channels from a strategy perspective? Strategic driver कैसे है ये? Because it is value chain, okay? More efficient channels will win over others. Great. Because a channel without business doesn't work. Or the reverse, a business without channel doesn't work. Miss Pandey, I think you have done idhar ka udhar. To spread and provide their product to various customers, expand the market. You can control the cost, distribution channel, because if channels are affected, then it make a competitive advantage. Like choosing platform for each customers, less burden, more profit, because they are ultimate sellers of the product. We need to make them satisfied. ठीक है, नहीं, चैनल को satisfy करने की इतनी जरूरत नहीं है, कस्टमर को satisfy कीजिए. You can reach many people, establish as a brand, help in reaching the potential customer, strategic, help to find out the product available everywhere. Could be, could be. For the better position of business and to win over the competition, we consider channel as a strategic driver. ठीक है. Very nice. My question to you now, okay? You all are absolutely right, okay? No answer is wrong. All of these answers are right. Let's give it a structure now. Okay, let's give your answers a structure now. Your answers are absolutely right. You have to have them reach. How do you reach a customer? You got to satisfy the customer, and channels help in that, right? Channels ke bina business functioning is nearly impossible. You got to have some channel to reach the customer, right? Why is that strategic? Is because your strategy is to decide what channel you want to use to reach the customer. What channel you want to use to reach the customer. Let me give you an example. Okay. Listen to me very carefully for the next 30 seconds. I am the CEO. I am the CEO of a big luxury car company. Okay, let's say Rolls-Royce. I am the India CEO of Rolls-Royce, right? Listen to this very carefully. I am the CEO of India Rolls-Royce, and I call up a meeting and I tell them, I bring all the people, my leadership team, and I ask them, tell me what rent are we paying every month just for the showrooms that we have in India, in all of the premium real estate near Bandra, near Juhu, somewhere in Bangalore, I have near Church Street or MG Road, right? In Delhi, I have somewhere in near CP, right? In near Connaught Place, or somewhere in Chennai, I have near the beach, Marina Beach के पास मैंने showroom बनाया है. Somewhere near the Secretariat I've done. In Ahmedabad, I have near the Secretariat, in Gandhi Nagar and Ahmedabad Highway पे I have my showroom. I have real estate, I have premium real estate, and I pay money for it because I have showrooms there, so I pay a lot of money. That is how I reach the customer. That is how customers come to me. My channel is retail shops, retail showrooms in prime most real estate areas of the country. That's my channel of selling. People come to my shop, showroom, and then they buy. So I ask them, what kind of rent do we pay across India? And the number, let's say, comes out to be 300 crore rupees. They say you pay 300 crore rupees for these lavish maintenance and cleaning of the cars and rental and facility and this and that. मोटा मोटा 300 करोड़ का खर्चा है आपका. ठीक है, लेट्स से महीने का 300 करोड़ खर्चते हैं हम. Assuming an example, let's talk big numbers, okay? Could be less, I don't know. But let's assume 300 crores we spend every month on rental because that's my channel. Now I feel this is such a waste of money. In digital life, in the digital future, I don't really need physical presence. I can just have a virtual showroom. I have a very high quality website wherein they can do 3D view of the car. They can do 3D view of the car. They can see videos. They can see reviews. They can see the entire car on the computer screens. 3D views, every feature explained. There's a long video. We can do a video call with them to explain what the features are. We can show them the car live on a video call. Why do we even want so much spending on real estate? And I tell them in the meeting, let's close down all the showrooms. Let's close down all the showrooms and move our entire channel online. Let's be online. Let's just be, we as Rolls-Royce India, let's just be online. सब कुछ कंप्यूटर से करेंगे. सारे आउटलेट्स शोरूम्स बंद कर दो. लेट्स सेव 300 crore rupees and spend 70-80 crores on a fantastic website. वेबसाइट पे अगर 70 करोड़ रुपए में स्पेंड करता हूँ हर महीना, I will have the best website in the world, right? I will have the most beautiful website in the world. And I will save 210, 230 crore rupees because आज तो मैं 300 करोड़ देता हूँ चैनल के लिए. That's my decision and I take that decision. What do you think, this is right or wrong? And why? Do you think I'm doing the right thing? Yes or no, with reason? Thanks, Madhav. Congratulations to me for becoming the CEO of Rolls-Royce. I'll gift you 2 Rolls-Royce now. Is my decision right or wrong? What do you feel with the reason? Making online interactive websites to order car like customers want. Shivam, okay, that's what I'm doing. But do you think this is going to be a good strategy? Do you feel it's a good strategy? Yes or no? With your reason. It could be right, it could be wrong. Give me a reason. Give me a strong reason, okay? Customer experience is required for building brand and the strategy is wrong. You say, okay? Your customers will not be willing to pay lakhs of rupees online. That's a great point. People want the physical verification of the product before spending so much money. Asta talking like an auditor. Physical verification करवाओ मुझे, right? That's true. He says not a good strategy. He says बकवास strategy बनाई है CEO साहब आपने. That people like to have test drives before buying, then they want to touch and feel the car. Right? Yes, because people have less time and many other reasons. Anmol talking like a rich mafia, he says, I don't have time to look at your Rolls Royce. Just send me the Rolls Royce at my home. I don't want to see what color, what seating. Just send a Rolls Royce to my house. ठीक है Anmol sir, we will send. Actually, we are just on that topic. Hold on to that. You will understand this topic. It is a wrong decision because nature of business is not an online business, correct? What about pre-drive? Pretty no problem. We'll come to that. Wrong because websites does not have experience. Wrong, they're marketing high-end premium products. So you got to be physical. In India, people like to buy costly things after personally checking the products. You got to understand the country. That's right. No, wrong strategy. Okay, Pradnya, but why? Jay says, yes, sir. Jay, what? Yes, sir. Good strategy, but why? What is target customer, Tushar? Great question. We'll come to that. You're too late into the class, I think. You're not asking quality questions at all. And I can see that you have not revised anything. Customers need physical presence, reduce fixed costs. Okay. Ramdev was talking like a chartered accountant. You got to reduce the fixed cost, man. Talking like a CFO. Fixed cost needs to be reduced. Close all the showrooms. Since the customer is spending a lot of money on the Rolls Royce, they like to experience it, right? 80% of the people say you got to experience that. You got to physically experience that. Customer wants a belief in the product. Customer wants to see the product. That means, give me a second. My question started with, why are channels a strategic driver? Right? That was my first question before the example. How are channels or why are channels strategic drivers? You guys are answering that. You guys are just answering that. Deciding the channels is a strategic decision, my friend. That's why it's a strategic driver. You just gave the answer to the first question. Why are channels so important in a strategy? Because it can make or break your entire product. Product बहुत fantastic है. Excellent product. Nobody's questioning a Rolls Royce car. लोग कह रहे हैं यार ये खरीदने के लिए ऑनलाइन आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड मजा नहीं आ रहा I am not feeling good about this product now just because of the channel. The product, nobody's questioning the product. Everybody knows that it's a fantastic product. It's a quality product. But the experience of buying, the experience of ordering, the experience of probably buying that product from the manufacturer till it reaches my house, I'm not comfortable. I don't feel nice about it. And I might just drop the idea and go to a Ferrari or an Audi showroom or a BMW showroom if they are at a real estate physical showroom and buy the product. I would say नहीं छोड़ो फिर रोल्स रॉयस रहने दो BMW खरीद लेता हूँ इतने में तो एक्सपीरियंस तो इतना अच्छा मिल रहा है I go to this showroom, they treat me like an emperor, right? They bring the fantastic coffee, they have this, they give me gifts, a bottle of this and pillows and this, they give me 2 years of extended warranty. I have a physical relation with the agent who's selling the car, with the dealership, right? I get to talk, they explain, I touch the car, I sit, I take a test drive, I feel the car, I feel comfortable, and I'll buy. The product can be fantastic, the marketing can be even more better, right? Marketing can be fantastic level 1000, product can be fantastic level 20,000, right? But if the channel is wrong, you get my point, right? Absolutely. That's what channels are for. That's how they want to reach the customer. And you got to be strategic about these. You got to be passionate. You got to be really careful about the channel you use. And with that, let's understand three companies who are using three different forms of channels. Okay. Let's understand three very big companies. You know all the three companies, and they are successful. Understand this, they are successful because they have cracked the code of their channels, right? Number one is Lakme. Lakme, the cosmetics brand. Anybody knows Lakme? What does Lakme mean? Anybody knows what does Lakme mean? Just an interesting fact question I remembered, right? Place also matters. Absolutely. That's part of the channels. What does Lakme mean? Anybody knows? No? Okay. Cosmetics, it sells cosmetics. What does Lakme mean? Lakme, right? Lakme comes from the word Lakshmi. Okay. Lakme comes from the word Lakshmi. And they took the word from there and they made a brand. That's absolutely somebody who's saying female god, goddess, right? You look like a goddess. You look like goddess Lakshmi. Cosmetics, you look beautiful, you look elegant, right? You look just like a wow. That's what Lakme is. Okay, cool. So Lakme's channel, very smart strategy. What Lakme does is it sells its products via retail stores, via intermediaries. Like you go to any big, you go to Shoppers Stop, you go to any shop, you will find Lakme products. Any intermediary, you go to D-Mart, वहाँ भी मिल जाएगा. You go to a big bazaar, वहाँ भी मिलेगा. You go to Reliance Trends, वहाँ भी मिलेगा. You go to any intermediary, you go to West Side, Lakme मिल जाएगा. You go to any cosmetics, Shopper Stop है एक बहुत बड़ा. Then you Sephora नहीं मिलेगा. But you have to, like, all these intermediaries, you get Lakme. Any retail shop near your house, you get Lakme, right? Any online website like a Nykaa, Myntra, Flipkart, Amazon, Meesho, you get Lakme, right? Amazon पे जाओ, Flipkart पे जाओ, आपको मिलेगा Lakme. Now Lakme understood, okay? Now Lakme understood that, boss, listen, we want our customers to experience the product, so we will be in retail stores, right? Lakme said, we want our customers to experience, touch, feel, see the product. We will be in retail and intermediary stores. But if the customer likes our product and have that brand loyalty, now they can order online as well. So Lakme's strategy is simple. They say new customers will come from physical channels. My repeat customers, I want to keep online. Okay. Now, if you look at the strategy, they say if you buy online, you get 20% discount. You get 20% discount if you buy online. Okay. Because retail is costly. Real estate is costly. So people want to prefer online. But Lakme said, listen, I really want my people to first experience the product, which I will take a cost. That's a cost to me. I will take that cost. But my repeat customers, I will push them to go and buy online. जब एक बार पसंद आ गया, अब तो ऑर्डर ही करना है ना, बार बार तो नहीं एक्सपीरियंस करोगे. Now most of the girls would relate, right? Most of the girls would relate, or some of the boys as well, if you're using any product from Lakme. If you have an eyeliner, if you have a lipstick color code, they have the shade 909 code, 1008 code, whatever the code is, okay? If you know the code, you will repeat that order. You can buy online. You will be comfortable क्या सही आएगा, ये मेरा कोड है, ये आएगा, right? Or a particular eyeliner, वही आएगा. I've used the product. I'm comfortable with the product. I don't have to go to a shop and buy now. I can order online because now I know the product. I've experienced it. I don't have to go buy from a shop now. I can do that online. That's what Lakme has cracked. That has what Lakme as a strategic team has understood that, boss, that's how we want to operate our business, and they're successful. The second example is Bode headphones. Bode headphones are D2C, directly to the customer. हमारी वेबसाइट से लो, फ्लिपकार्ट से लो, अमेजन से लो, और कहीं नहीं मिलेगा. शोरूम्स में बोट नहीं मिलता है. Now the showroom people might have started keeping some of it, but Boat doesn't sell that from from an offline mode. They are just e-commerce platform based online distribution, right? You order on the website, you order on Flipkart and Amazon, and they sell you the product. That is what Boat headphones has done, right? They say my product people will use once, and my call point is pricing. I will attract people based on pricing, and to give that pricing, I cannot afford real estate. Okay. Now, this is where different parameters come into the picture. If you want to sell a piece of latest headphone at 999 rupees only, right? You got to save money on real estate. So they'll say, I can't afford real estate because I have to keep the pricing low. When you have to keep the pricing low, you have to cut the cost. How do you cut the cost? By choosing channels, by developing the right channels, because channels is very costly product, like part of your business. It takes away a lot of money. It takes away a lot of money. So you got to be careful which channel to use, because it is deciding your profitability. It is deciding your profitability. Now, if I'm selling something to somebody in South Africa, मैं कहूँ भाई एमिरेट्स की बिजनेस क्लास में मेरा सामान रख के ले जाओ, like, are you crazy? You're selling your product. The ticket is just 5 lakh rupees. That means logistic cost for your product is 5 lakh rupees. How are you even going to make money? Logistics, channel, distribution is very costly. So you got to be very careful when and how you want to select your channel. Okay. The third company is Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola कहती है भाई, every shop in India. I've said this multiple times, right? You pick up any highway possible in the world, in entire India, the smallest of the towns, the smallest of the places, the most random highways, right? I was going from Ahmedabad to Porbandar in Gujarat, and it's a very like village centric highway, right? There are all these villages, hardcore villages on both the sides of the highway, and that is how you travel through these cities. Random shop just between when there came a very small town, I don't even remember the name, and that there was this chai shop, and the chai shop had Mirinda, had Coca-Cola, had Thumbs Up, had Limca, had Sprite, and I was like, who is coming and giving you all this stuff, right? There's nothing else here. The shop is not there. You just have one single like yellow bulb in your shop. You don't even have electricity the entire day, but you have all the five varieties of soft drink, right? That is what Coca-Cola's strategy of channels is. Be present in every shop. You are forcing the customer to buy your product because you are everywhere. आप हर जगह हो. जब आप हर जगह होगे तो कस्टमर को लगेगा यही लेते हैं फिर, बिकॉज देर एवरीवेयर, तो ट्रस्ट बनता है, लॉयल्टी बनती है, राइट? इफ यू आर एवरीवेयर देन पीपल स्टार्ट फीलिंग, ओ ओके, this guy knows people, this guy knows how the business is done, right? They're doing something right, maybe. I don't know how, but they're doing something right, maybe. That's what we feel. And that's what Coca-Cola's channel strategy is. Be present everywhere. Now what they're doing is online also. You can buy on Blinkit, you can buy on Dunzo or Zepto. भाई जिधर खरीदना है खरीदो. We'll sell everywhere possible. Everywhere possible. DMart जाओ, we are there. Big Bazaar जाओ, we are there. Any shop in the country, we are there. Online, we are there. आप खरीदो बस. You just buy. I'm ready to give you in all modes. जो जहां से लेने लो मैं हूं वहां पे. That's their channel strategy. That is their channel strategy, right? And they can command that because they have a lot of customers for their product. They already have a brand loyalty, they have a brand image, they are a huge cash rich company. So a lot of factors play in for them. A new business might not be able to do that because it's capital intensive, takes time, but that's what the advantage Coca-Cola has. Okay. Any questions so far, or we go to the next one? Give me a thumbs up if everything is clear. If you have any questions, ask now. Okay. To cut down the cost of the shopkeeper, Coca-Cola even provides a refrigerator. Okay, Bipa, I was not aware of that. That's a good information if it's right. Nowadays, consumers are very conscious of buying products, and even some spend time buying one product, even in a busy world, right? Physical appearance is very important. That's a great thought, Biola, right? That's a great thought. You might want to switch to strategy roles, right? I see some structure to your thoughts. देवराज कह रहे मैं तो 8 बजे ही उठूंगा. क्लास चाहे 7 बजे से हो. मॉर्निंग देवराज. How is Lakme's strategy different from Coca-Cola? Lakme is not present in every shop. It's there in selected shops. It's there in shops, but not every shop. Okay, Lakme is there in most of the shops, but they're not interested in being in every shop. While Coca-Cola wants to be in every shop. That's how they're different. Okay, everything clear? I'm getting a lot of thumbs up, so let's get to the next one. Okay. All right. Typically, three channels that should be considered: sales, product, and service. Sales channels, the intermediaries involved, right? Many fashion designers are using agencies to sell their products, right? So that consumers can get to know them, builds an awareness. So sales channels is basically, right? Basically, the actual sales, how is that happening? How are you reaching the customer is your sales channel. When I say product channel focuses on the series of intermediaries who physically handle the product on its path from the producer to the end user, right? Okay. Now, actual delivery happening is product channel. Sales channel is basically, if you look at the question here, who needs to sell to whom for your product to be sold to your end customer? Sales channel means what is the chain of people in reaching the customer, right? What is the chain from a manufacturer to a wholesaler to a retailer to a sub retailer to a customer, right? What is the specific chain? It could be from boat to Flipkart, Flipkart to consumer. Simple channel hai, right? Coca-Cola के लिए क्या है? From factory to wholesaler to retailer to sub retailer to sub retailer to sub retailer to consumer, right? The channel is very long for them. But both के लिए simple है. From us to Flipkart, Flipkart to consumer. Simple channel. So this is called sales channel. Who needs to sell to whom for your product to be sold to your end customer? Okay. The second is product channel. Okay. Product channel is intermediaries who physically handle the product on its path from producer to the end user, right? That is your product channel, right? Means a series of intermediaries who physically handle your product, right? Those are the people who are actually delivering it to the customer. Logistics is not easy, my friend. Logistics is not easy, my friend. Okay, it's very tough. It's very tough. सुनने में आसान लगता है, delivery तो कर रहे हो. It's crazy amount of technology. It's crazy amount of I would say effort and time and cost that goes into this. Okay, and maybe out of context here, I I have heard a lot of chartered accountants switching to supply chain management, SCM. I have heard a lot of finance people switching to supply chain finance because this is the future. This is very much the future where a lot of opportunities are going to be created. So somebody who wants to explore that, just a thought randomly out of the class, right? If you're interested in doing something future oriented for your career, you should totally, after becoming a CA or while becoming a CA, look out for opportunities in supply chain management or supply chain management finance, right? This is like the next 10, 15 years, it's going to be the highest paying job, okay? Because everything is online, everything is being delivered through logistics. There are massive logistics that are happening. Random example: India sending rice to Israel or Palestine. Just giving an example, okay? No political reference, just giving you an example. लॉजिस्टिक्स है. फ्रांस से रफेल एयरप्लेन्स इंडिया आ रहे हैं. लॉजिस्टिक्स है, right? It's supply chain management. It's a distribution. That's how distribution is happening, right? Rice from the farmer to your house. Logistics, supply chain management. Your every single thing is supply chain management and logistics. If you have your laptop at your house, somebody has done the logistics for you. If you have a water bottle at your house, किसी की तो फैक्ट्री से दुकान तक आया है माल, सप्लाई चेन मैनेजमेंट हुई है. इट्स मैसिव, right? Medicines, healthcare, supply chain management, everything is being done logistics. That's the future. If you're trying to do that, go for it. That my 2 cents on this. Okay, the third one is the service channel, right? The service channel refers to the entities that provide necessary service to support the product, right? Service channels are customer centers, customer care centers, customer service centers, right? Or car service centers. These are service channels. Some of the products will just not sustain on the sales and product channels. They will also need a service channel. कार सर्विस करवाने जाना पड़ता है ना, or your bike or a scooter, you have to go to the service center. Cell phones, mobile phone service center, right? Washing machine service center. Then you have all the electronics, basically service centers are there, right? You have to keep those. Even for big showrooms, the classic example is clothing brands have 3, 4 tailors in their shop always. That's a service channel. They give an extended alteration service. Up kapda lijiye, we will alter it. If your jeans are long or you want a shorter jeans, we'll get that cut. Service channel hai. You're giving a service to the customer right in the showroom, right? Some of the showrooms will be like, you buy a product, our tailor sits at the back, you give us 15 minutes, they will alter and give it back to you. Customer is very happy कि चलो काम यहीं पे निपट गया. Some companies, some brands say, I don't know, this is my product, you get it altered yourself. You're like, अब मैं जाऊं टेलर के पास, tailor will not have time, they will cut, then I will wear this. It's a little complicated, it's a little time consuming for me. So I will prefer buying from somebody who's giving me a service channel right when I'm buying the product, right? All of this is strategy. That is why these are strategic drivers. All of this is strategy. That is why these are strategic drivers, right? कि साथ में टेलर रख दो ना, ज्यादा कस्टमर्स खुश होंगे. Okay, cool. With that, you end your channels as a topic. Let's go to the next one, which is core competency. Okay, Devraj, no problem. If you're not feeling well, the classes are recorded. You can see them again. In Coimbatore, the VVDN company is growing for producing boat company and employing, hiring more. Acha, okay, Jabila, good information for us. Absolutely, logistics transport business is very difficult. It's very difficult. Cool. Shivam, you're right. That's why the prices are low. Building core competencies. Okay, building core competency. Yeah. Already explained what is a core competency. Now you will tell me what is a core competency. You will tell me what is a core competency. Or let me just switch the question and you also answer what is your core competency. आपकी core competency क्या है? What is your core competency? Okay. Do what you're best at. That's core competency. Okay. That's not core competency. That's gyan. The great strength, the company, the advantage that your competitors does not have. Okay. Skills. Okay. What else? What is the core competency that you have? Core competency, the core ability, the core characteristic that you or your business has. It's core competency. Core मतलब भाई ये मेरी सबसे बड़ी ताकत है. That's your biggest strength, right? Not depending single resource. Okay, techniques. core strength, skills and techniques, combination of skills. That's right. That's right. Skill set, company's core strength, core competence is a special characteristic of a business. बुक से उठा के दे दिया या नहीं? Which gives competitive advantage to the business. Absolutely, that's what we're doing. Core competencies give you competitive advantage. Okay. Now, core competency is to have a combination of skills and techniques which make the entire organization utilize these several separate individual capabilities. Too bookish. Let me simplify. Okay. Core competency is basically your biggest strength, which helps you use your resources to the maximum level. The core strength that lets you use your available resources to the maximum level, right? That's a core competency. Therefore, Therefore, a core competency cannot be built on one capability or single know-how. It has to be integration of many resources. It has to be an integration of many resources. The optimal way to define core competency is to consider it as a sum of 5 to 15 areas of developed expertise. The areas of strength together are called core competency. Like I said, like I said, if your pricing is right, your product is fantastic, but your channels is not right, क्या ही करेगा दोस्त core competency का? Pricing and product, my product design, my product quality, my product checking, my pricing, and my brand. People know my brand. My core competency is all of this put together. Fantastic brand I am, but I'm not available in the shops. You just have to buy from my website. I'm not also in Flipkart and Amazon. मैं नहीं देता उनको commission. I don't want to give them commission. I am only on my website. क्या करेगा तो score competency का? People are not gonna even find you. Leave apart buying. क्या करोगे उसका? I am a fantastic sitar player and I can play tabla as well. Good for you. How will people come to know that you're a good and then you can probably be the biggest sitar player? You don't have distribution. You're not going to shows. You're not doing concerts. होगे बहुत अच्छे player होगे. You would be fantastic at what you do. Nobody's questioning that. But do you have the combination of being a good sitar player, being a good event manager, being a good, right, person on camera, being smart enough to ensure you get too many events? Are you a good business person as well? Not just an artist. Are you a good person as well? Core competency, for example, Kapil Sharma. Okay. He's not doing some extraordinary comedy. Very basic level of jokes, right? The jokes that he does are very basic level. He's not doing any smart comedy. He's not doing any intelligent comedy, right? What he's doing is a very basic level of comedy, that too repetitive slapstick comedy, which is fine, which works in India, right? But he's also very sane from a business perspective. They do this show and then they take a break of 6 months. They go away so that consumer does not feel overloaded. Okay. Now, every time Akshay Kumar comes in Kapil Sharma show, you feel that boss, I've already seen him so many times. I don't want to see this episode. They will talk the same things, right? Repeat things, repeat things. Now, smartly, a good business person does what? Switches between these things, right? And he's good at it. He's good at it, right? Take a break, bring a new season. Take a break, bring a new season. Take a break, bring a new season, right? That's their team. I'm not just saying that person, but they as a team who are running the show, they're very smart at business level. They understand the Indian TV audience They understand the beneficiaries like the actors and producers who want to come to the show to promote their whatever they do, right? They have a core competency in all of these things, bringing the right set of people, understanding the consumer, the right timing, their negotiation with Sony, their negotiation with other channels who are distributing their show to the audience, right? Channels are distributors. Their negotiations, their rates, they are commanding. This is a full package. That's what they're doing good. That's why that's the only talk show that happens on mainstream uh, channel, right? Why doesn't Coffee with Karan happen on the mainstream channel? It's a different league. But they know now. Coffee with Karan knows the core competency is they know where this thing will sell, which consumers are going to buy, what things are going to create that controversy that will spiral into our show becoming a hit. That's their core competency. They know it's going to happen. They know they're doing everything with a plan. Okay. And that's what core competency is. It's a combination of being good at a lot of things, not just one thing. You can be the best comedian, but if you do not know how to run a show, what use? If you're not a good business person, people will come and eat away your market, right? You got to be best at a lot of things, combine them together, that becomes your core competency, and then you go and fight the competition, right? Where would you get the notes, Dinky? इतना interesting topic मैं बता रहा हूँ, आप notes का सोच रहे हो यार. Strategy सीखो. Somebody is coming and teaching you strategy for free. Notes तो आ जाएंगे. Anyway uploaded on the app after the class. I always do that. Once I complete the chapter, I upload. तो मिल ही जाएंगे. In Tamil Nadu, Big Boss is huge. Okay, super. Let's go to the main thing, which is core competency. How do you build a core competency? Number one, there should be competitor differentiation. You should be different from the competitor. Your skills, your set of skills need to be different from the competitor. It has to be a competitor differentiation model. Okay. Now, which means it has to be unique and difficult for competitors to imitate. It should be unique. हर कोई नहीं कर रहा होना चाहिए वो. Not everybody should be doing that. Plus, it should be very difficult for them to imitate. For example, Apple. For example, Samsung folding phones. Why aren't other brands making folding phones? Why only Samsung? That's their core competency. They're good at innovation. They're quick at innovation, right? It's difficult for the competitors to imitate what they're doing. They're giving something unique. That's the core competency. Competitor differentiation create कर रहे हैं वो. Number two, second condition to be met to call it a core competency is the customer should value, right? If customer has chosen the company without this impact, then competence is not a core competence and it will not affect the company's market position. Without it, the core competency does not make sense. समझ आया? Let me explain this very quickly. The customer should buy your product, and and the feedback from the customer should be, I got a value out of this product. I got a value out of this product. Sometimes what happens is they buy a product because there's a trend, but there is no value in that. Just because trending है तो लोग आपका सामान खरीद रहे हैं doesn't mean you have core competency. Okay, the business has to understand that if has been massive sales, if there has been a very good response from the customer, you should not feel that is my core competency. You should also check whether it is just trend that the people are buying my product, or does my product give value, because only then it is sustainable. वरना 4 दिन में सेल करके खत्म हो जाओगे, बाकी 20 साल कंपनी क्या करेगी? Right? So you need to know your core competency. So what it says is the second condition is to be met is customer value. If the customer has chosen the company without this impact, which means the customer did not buy your product for value, but just as a trend basis, then your competence is not a core competency. That's just trending, good market timing for you, good timing of the product. उस time चल गया तो चल गया, right? And it will not affect the company's market position as well. After the trend fades away in a week or 2 weeks or in a month, you're out. You're no longer present in the market itself, right? So it's not even sustainable. So you've got to be very careful. If the customers are buying your product, are they buying because it's adding value to them, or it's just trend basis? Okay. The last condition is application of competencies to other markets. A core competency, if you now, for example, classic example again being Adani, Reliance, Tata, what are they doing? Or Elon Musk for that matter. Their core competencies are being used for different businesses. The same set of core competencies being ethical, being a nation builder, being playing big, pricing strategy, all of that they do. Now, Reliance's core competency is marketing, uh, great PR. People know what's happening. Public relations, absolutely great. Pricing or and channel distribution. They command the channels, right? कहाँ बिकेगा, कैसे बिकेगा, कौन बेचेगा, they decide, right? They decide, and that is their mastery. The pricing is their mastery. So the last condition is application of these competencies to other markets, right? Core competency must be applicable to other markets, then it's called a core competency. If Tata's core competencies can be used to TCS, can be used Tata Consumer, can be used here also, can be used there also, these are core competencies. They can be used and applied to other opportunities, other businesses as well. Great. Shruti, I would have done that in Hindi. Let me complete first. Okay. Now, let me just quickly explain that to you. For people, I see 3, 4 people asking for this in Hindi. Just 1 minute and I will explain this in Hindi. कोर कॉम्पिटेंसी वो चीज है जो आप अपने कंपेटिटर से कुछ अलग करते हैं. अलग क्या चीज है जो बिल्कुल ही यूनिक है और सामने वाला उसको कॉपी नहीं कर सकता. नंबर 1 कंडीशन. नंबर 2 कंडीशन है कि कस्टमर को वैल्यू मिलनी चाहिए. अगर सिर्फ भेड़ चाल में कोई खरीद रहा है आपका प्रोडक्ट, तो वो आपकी कोर कॉम्पिटेंसी नहीं है. आपकी कोर कॉम्पिटेंसी तब होगी जब आप कस्टमर कहे कि यार ये तो मेरे को चाहिए ही था और इन्हीं से चाहिए था, तो वो आपकी कोर कॉम्पिटेंसी है. या ना कि मेरे को प्रोडक्ट ये चाहिए था, मैं तो ले लिया, किसी से भी लेना था, इनसे ले लिया, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, राइट? वो आपकी कोर कॉम्पिटेंसी नहीं है. नंबर 3 इज लास्ट कंडीशन क्या है कि आपकी जो कोर कॉम्पिटेंसी, आपकी जो 3-4 बड़ी क्षमताएं, आपकी जो स्ट्रेंथ है, जो आपको एक अच्छा ब्रांड, एक अच्छा बिजनेस बनाती हैं, राइट, वो आप और भी बिजनेसेस जब एक्सपैंड करते हैं उसमें भी यूज कर सकते हैं. इट्स नॉट जस्ट वन बिजनेस अफेयर, राइट? अगर आपको एक मिठाई की दुकान चलानी आती है, आपने ब्रांड बना लिया है, कल को अगर आप एक स्नैक्स की शॉप खोलोगे तो वो भी चल जाएगी. अगर कल को आपका ब्रांड बन गया, आप एक चाय की शॉप खोलोगे, ड्रिंक्स की शॉप खोलोगे, तो भी चल जाएगी. बीकानेर वाला, हल्दीराम्स, क्या है ये सब, नमकीन बेचते थे, ब्रांड बनाया, कोर कॉम्पिटेंसी थी, उससे स्नैक्स का शोरूम बनाया, शोरूम चल गया, 50,000 शोरूम खोल दिए, राइट? बनाते तो नमकीन थे, बनाते तो मिठाई की दुकान, हलवाई थे. हलवाई इतना बड़ा कैसे हो गया? बिकॉज कोर कॉम्पिटेंसी थी. जहां भी जा रहा था वो अपनी कोर कॉम्पिटेंसी यूज करके बड़ा हो रहा है, राइट? दैट इज इन हिंदी, राइट? व्हाट दीज 3 थिंग्स मीन. तो कैन यू एक्सप्लेन वन थिंग इन हिंदी, और कोई भाषा में भी बता देता हूँ, right? 3 basic conditions for a core competency is you have to be different, unique from from the competitor. Number 2, it should be valued by the customer. It should create a value for the customer, not a one-time affair, but a repetitive affair. Number three, application to other businesses as well. When you want to expand to newer businesses, when you want to expand to near geographies, this should come in handy. That is what a core competency is. Okay, super. What is difference between competitive advantage and core competency? Very great question, very good question. मजे आ गए मनोहर. पहली लाइन थी चैप्टर की वैसे ये, but ठीक है. We can say money value of the customer. Yes, that too. The difference between a core competency and competitive advantage is core competencies help you build competitive advantage. अगर core competency ही नहीं है तो competitive advantage भी नहीं होगी. Core competencies help you to create competitive advantage. Competitive advantage comes from core competency. Simple. Virat Kohli's core competency is what? Aggression on the field, high performance, fitness, right? And being humble. 4 core competencies, and that is building a competitive advantage for him to stay in the team and keep performing. His competitive advantage is what? Over a Hardik Pandya, over a Rohit Sharma, right? Rohit Sharma is the captain, but Virat Kohli has more fan following, has more presence in the team. Why? Right? And no, with no offense to Rohit Sharma fans, right? I'm just saying that, and that's how the market is. That's how smartly he's doing a public relation advertising of himself. Rohit Sharma is not his choice. That's okay. He don't want to. He doesn't want to be in the limelight. He's like, "ठीक है, मेरे को normal शांत जीवन जीना." That's his choice. But my point is, the core competencies that a player has creates a competitive advantage. Even at this age, when most of the cricketers want to retire or start thinking of retirement, these guys are continuously performing. Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, or even Mohammad Shami now, right? Shami and Siraj have age difference of almost 10, 12 years, right? कितना 10 साल का तो होगा, I think. Shami is also 31, 32, and Siraj is 21, 22, okay? But still, they're performing the same. Why? Because of the core competencies, which is creating a competitive advantage for them. The core competency in the young people like Gill or Nishant Kishan is they are young, they're passionate, they have the skills, right? They know people. That's why they're in the Indian cricket team, right? They know the right set of people. That's why they're in the Indian cricket team. I'll be blood honest. Okay. That's what it does. Aggressive man, how to be humble. That's what you got to learn from him. You got to be aggressive when you're doing your job, but in real life you got to be humble, right? See, being humble does not build businesses for sure. That you also know that. Please kar lijiyega kaam. Now imagine a shopkeeper or a business head coming and telling everybody, please aaj kaam kar lena, please aaj file bhej dena, please aaj sales kar dena. Thank you so much. Nobody's gonna even do anything for him. You got to be aggressive. You go and come, boss, I need this today. You got to sell 10,000 pieces today. Come back and report it to me. People are going to go and do the job. You go, please, sir, please sell 1,000 pieces today. They're like, I'm not going to sell that 1,000 for you. Super. Neha says, how do I not, you're talking about Haldiram. How do I not talk about Chitale Bandhu, the Pune famous Bhakarwadi? I know. They created a brand so big. You go to the shop, the Bhakarwadi is 300, 400 rupees. You go to the airport, they have a packed Chitale Bandhu, 900 rupees. I'm like, man, 4x the price you're selling. Cool. Let's go to the next one before we take a break. Or let's take a break here. It's 8:30. I don't want to stretch this. Let's quickly take a break. And today we'll try to cover as much as we can. Very small topics left now. We can do that today, right? It's 8:30. Let's take a 10 minutes break and be back sharp at 8:40. And then we just take a few examples and do SWOT analysis. Okay. Some people were asking, how do you analyze strategy? Those tabhi padenge, how do you analyze strategy? Cool. Let's take a break of 10 minutes and be back. All right, everyone, we are back and let's just give 30, 40 seconds for all of those who just ran away to join back, and then we can start with criterias for building core competency. Okay, CC, which is core competency. What are the criterias to identify whether it's a core competency or not? How do you identify? How do you figure out that this is a core competency or not? Let's just understand that very quickly. Shouldn't take much time because it's not too complicated, but yep. Let me know if you're back with any emoji or anything that you want to throw up in the chat box. Madhav is back. Madhav said no break. Madhav, I wanted a break, man. Continuously speaking for 90 minutes. Your throat is like माफी मांग लेता है. Hey, Kadambri is back. Okay, Rito, Priyanka. Others also joined back very quickly. Cool, Nikita Pal, Sakshi, Rashna. Super. Okay. And I was just in this break, I just as a habit was scrolling my Instagram and I got two ads from both. So somebody is listening. This is so scary technology. The phone is just right here and I'm talking so much about boat and but they did not give me ad for Rolls Royce. They know I can't buy, so they're not giving me Rolls Royce, but I got two ads from boat. And this is scary, right? Somebody's listening to our phones 24 into 7. I'm so scared. Not that I'm talking wrong things, but anyway, nobody should listen to us, right? Green tea, mother, like I'm not so rich. I'm a desi guy. I'll take a chai. I can't drink green tea for which is a good thing or not, I don't know, but I've tried it. मुझे तो उल्टी जैसा लगता है दोस्त. Green tea is not something I can drink. It's too hard for me, is what I think. Cool. Jay is back. Thanks, Jay. We were waiting for you. This is dark side of marketing, Shivam. That's right. Crazy how technology is just after our life. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that show called Black Mirror. Okay. Highly recommended out of the class though. Just saying, if you ever get chance to see the Black Mirror, my God, what a fantastic show. What a too many episodes, but every episode is a different story. Okay. Every episode is a different story. It's a 45, 50-minute episode based on how technology is going to ruin our lives in the future. It's a futuristic show, all based on technology and the disadvantages of technology. It's fantastic show. If you ever get a time, do see Black Mirror, all episodes. I've seen all episodes. मुझे तो बहुत ही पसंद है वो शो. I can watch that again. That's how good that show I felt. Okay, super. चाय के बिना सीए इम्पॉसिबल है. I think that's a great statement we can use, right? चाय के बिना सीए नहीं हो सकता. इसलिए नीम का पत्ता माधव ठीक नहीं इतना भी नहीं होता है, मतलब अजीब सा ही होता है. Okay, also discuss strategic management paper after completion of the syllabus. Absolutely, Jay. We will talk about. I always do. If you have seen my other sessions, I do BCK. I used to do strategic management old syllabus as well. I have dedicated 2.5, 3 hour sessions just based on examination. How do you write an answer? How does the question come? What is expected out of you? Plus, we also do a careers session as well, where we talk about what are the career opportunities you have, where all you can do, how to clear examinations. You want to ask something about me? I can share about careers, articleship, industrial training, or jobs after CA, India, outside. We do that based on what I know from my friends. We do that, but at the end of the syllabus. Okay, once we complete the syllabus, then we do that. One session based on everything. Okay, super. The break is over. We are back to this, right? Created by Charlie Booker. Scene awesome. You like Vampire Diaries? Okay, Vampire Diaries is not my taste, but okay, cool. Criteria for building a core competency. Okay, criteria for building core competency, four criterias. You got to remember four criterias for building core competency. Number one, it should be valuable. We have talked about this. It should be valuable. That means the customer should value, right? It should build some value, either pricing, either satisfaction or quality. कुछ ना कुछ quality, कुछ ना कुछ valuable for the customer should be there. Okay. The second is rare. It should be rare. That means competitor के पास ये नहीं होना चाहिए. It should be something that is only unique to you, which is something only you have. That's called rare. It is rare, just like a diamond. The diamonds are rare, right? So your core competency should be rare. Not everyone should have that. Otherwise, it's not a core competency. That's a criteria for building core competency. Number four or number three is costly to imitate, right? Even if somebody wants to copy your idea, somebody wants to copy your strength, it would take them a lot of time and money to do that, right? It might or it should take so much time and money to do that that people do not want to do that. Okay, it should be costly to imitate. Number four, non-substitutable. Non-substitutable. That means भाई इसका कोई तोड़ नहीं होना चाहिए, right? There should be no substitutes, no strategic equivalence, right, for your particular core competencies. Otherwise, that's not a core competency. Now the question can be, does every business have a core competency? The answer is no. Does every business have a core competency? The answer is a big no. 99% of the businesses do not even have a core competency. Okay. But the businesses who have a core competency are nothing short of $1 billion. So what we're trying to figure out here is every business probably should have a core competency which takes them to the next level. Cred, Zomato, Swiggy, right? Something they're doing differently. Swiggy versus Zomato. What's the difference between Swiggy and Zomato? You are the consumer. I know you use both of the apps, right? What do you think is the core competency of Zomato that Swiggy does not have? Tell me. You get your answers right now. What do you think? What's the difference between Swiggy and Zomato? Right? क्या difference है? Which one do you prefer and why? What's the difference? Same तो है काम दोनों का. बताइए. Which one do you prefer and why? Priyanka says I've never used Zomato or Swiggy. Priyanka, how are you alive? ऑर्डर ही नहीं किया कभी. ठीक है, well, that's fantastic. अच्छी बात है. बहुत बढ़िया. इतना पैसा बचा के क्या महल बनाओगे? Shivam says Zomato is better. ठीक है Shivam, but why? What's that one thing that you feel that Zomato is better? क्या है उसमें अलग ऐसा? More channels for Zomato than Swiggy. Okay. Faster delivery, more restaurants in Swiggy. Okay. Peter says I prefer Swiggy. Somebody says I prefer Zomato. Zomato, they actually show more time for delivery and deliver within the time. Rachna says that's why you prefer Zomato over Swiggy. Is that why you prefer it? Sankaran, thanks for mentioning. Sankaran says I'm like Priyanka. I just did not read am I like Priyanka. मैंने कहा वाह, वो Zomato से नहीं मंगा रही, so I like Priyanka. Very good. Thanks for writing I am like Priyanka. Mamta has also not used. Yes, you guys are Devta, yaar. Please, you guys are great. You guys are not ordering, which is fantastic. Swiggy has delivered and Zomato. ये तो मैंने जिंदगी में नहीं सुना माधव. The delivery for Zomato is by men and delivery in Swiggy is by girls. ये तो भाई कुछ भी है. We haven't seen that. Okay. Swiggy faster delivery, Zomato other service, extra service. Okay. Zomato cover large area than the Swiggy. Okay. Now everybody has their preference, right? The core competency, what I feel, I might be totally wrong. What I feel is Zomato has better quality in terms of consumers' mind than Swiggy. What they've created is their delivery partners, their choice of restaurants on their app, the designing of the app, okay, the advertisement through social media, using social media as a war zone armor. They have created, okay, they have created a better brand image in the minds of the consumer through channels, through designing, through product, through menu selection, through strategy. Many things coming together build a core competency for Zomato, which Swiggy is, I think, one or two levels below on these core competencies, while Swiggy is higher on coverage, right? Swiggy's core competency is coverage. Zomato is selective in terms of its restaurants and menus. But Swiggy is like sabko, bhai, roll wala on the sadak way is also on Swiggy. The momos wala bhaiya on the corner is also on Swiggy, but they're not on Zomato. Okay, that's the difference. Non-substitutable hai dono. The two players are in a different market. Their core competencies are not substitutable to each other, cannot be used, cannot are not equivalent to each other. That is why they are different and they both are working in the same segment, right? Have a different core competency. Absolutely. रचना says because पेशेंस ही नहीं होती खाना ऑर्डर करके, तो इसलिए हम तो टाइम ज्यादा जल्दी आ जाता है. Nice trick, Rachna. So Zomato knows people like you. Different type of services and offers provided, right? Because I'm fully vegetarian. Okay, Priyanka, we were not asking for a reason. You're coming back with the reason why don't you order, okay? But that's a good thing because you're pure fully vegetarian and most of the kitchens will have non-veg. So absolutely your choice, right? Paytm gives voucher for Zomato. बस फंस गया इंडियन कस्टमर, डिस्काउंट दिख गया माधव को. ठीक है. The four criteria for core competency is valuable. It should be rare. It should be costly to imitate. Number four, non-substitutable. ठीक है जी, substitute ही नहीं होना चाहिए आपकी core competency का. The next topic that we're going to touch now is somebody was asking, how do I analyze my strategy? SWOT analysis. Combining external and internal analysis now. It's called SWOT analysis. Strength, weakness, opportunity and threat. SWOT. ठीक है जी. करता क्या SWOT analysis? SWOT analysis is a simple thing. Okay. Let's do SWOT analysis of buynow.com, which means it's an e-commerce company. Let's say I'm just giving a random name. It's a random name, buynow.com. Okay. SWOT analysis है ये OTT उसका आपका, sorry, what do I say? FMCG, like online product, okay, e-commerce. What it does, the strengths are same day delivery within the city. Urban core has under 1 hour delivery expectancy. Okay, if you're living in a highly dense urban area, they will deliver in 1 hour also. If you're living within a big city, it will within same day we will deliver. High quality products, 200 plus drivers, right? And trusted and high product sale exposure. This is their strength. Now, somebody sitting in the strategy of this company called buynow.com is figuring out a SWOT analysis. What are my strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats? And they're analyzing. So they say my strength is same day delivery. If you're living in a dense, closed area, I can also deliver within 1 hour. I have high quality products. I have 200 plus drivers, and they are all trusted in high quality products that are on my app. Okay, high quality products ही बेचते हैं हम लोग. We not even have sellers who are selling substandard products. That's their strength. What is their weakness? Weakness is costly. Their delivery is costly. No monthly subscription option or scaled payment, right? They're not giving any EMIs or they're not giving any scaled payment opportunities to the customer because it's costly for them. They want to deliver the same day, so they cannot give so many benefits to the customer. Inaccessible to larger consumer audience. जैसे अगर आप थोड़ा दूर रहते हो, if because of all these की high quality products only, we cannot give you subscription model, the customer base becomes small. So the weakness is the customer base is very small, right? And the weakness is poorly optimized SEO tags. That means if you go and search on the Play Store, buynow.com might not come as the first option. 3-4 apps के बाद उसका number आएगा. So in the search engine optimization, SEO, right? Search engine optimization, it's poor. That means you cannot easily reach their website, or you cannot easily find their app on the Play Store. It's difficult, right? so that they have not spent good amount of money or strategy or efforts on being the most searched app on the internet or easily searchable. The accessibility is difficult. The opportunities for them are: number one, optimize current mobile app for responsiveness and built-in feedback. The opportunities that they see is, if we can add more features into app like a feedback or talk to the customer, that is one opportunity we can build on. Attract larger, wider target consumer audience. We can start getting more sellers. We can start reaching out to more sellers to come on our app. That's an opportunity for them. The third opportunity is great amount of online presence through SEO traffic, blogs, social media reels and all that. करेंगे तो लोग हमारी कंपनी के बारे में जानेंगे. It's an opportunity available to them. What is the threat to this business? The threat is, can operate at a loss to deliver away competition, to drive away competition, right? Now, competition like Flipkart and Amazon come and they say like 100% discount, 90% discount, iPhone, free delivery, 100 rupees, up to 100 rupees, free delivery. And Buy Now says delivery is free only if you buy products up to 2000 rupees. Uske niche we will charge a delivery, right? Flipkart, Amazon says, come, no, 100 rupees for delivery free, no upper bucket, jo karna karo, discounts. To drive with the competition, they will have to operate. It's very difficult to drive with the competition. That's a threat for them. The second is costly state laws of overseas grocery delivery accountability. That means because you're selling food items on your app as well, you need a lot of government licensing. You need licenses to sell food products so that they're not they're in the healthy condition, they're stored well, they are fresh and everything. All of these are threats to their business, right? All of these are threats to their business. And that is what SWOT analysis is. That is what SWOT analysis is all about for any company. You figure out your strengths, you figure out your weakness, you figure out your opportunity, and you figure out your threat, right? But my question is, what do you do after figuring it out? What you do is very simple. You use your strength. You use your strength. Listen to this very carefully. You want to note it down somewhere, note it down somewhere. Strength, we can say as core competency, you can, right? Now, strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. You use your strength, you use your strength to make the best of the opportunity and reduce your threat. You use your strength to make the best of the opportunity and reduce your threat. You overcome your weakness to reduce your threat and probably turn that into an opportunity, right? You work on them, that's right. But strength is used to create more on the opportunity, to double down on the opportunity and reduce your threat. While you control your weaknesses, you work on your weaknesses to reduce amount of threat and maybe try to convert that into opportunities, right? That is SWOT analysis. Strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. Okay. SWOT analysis for internal and external environment. SWOT analysis is a tool which is used for both internal and external analysis because strengths and weaknesses are internal, opportunities and threats are external. So it's mixing both of those. Strength and weakness is internal, opportunity and threat are external. It's building a bridge between those two. Thus, SWOT analysis is a tool which is used for both internal and external strategic analysis. Okay, great. We are again coming to father of strategic analysis, Mr. Michael Porter. Michael Porter जी ने बोला सी competitive advantage क्या है? Okay, competitive advantage क्या है आपके पास? You look at this image. I found this image on internet. Okay, you look at this image. I found this image on the internet, and it depicts core competency and competitive advantage. ठीक है जी? Can somebody explain this image to me? This image is about core competencies and competitive advantage. Can somebody explain this to me? This image will solve your like confusion between a core competency and competitive advantage. Can somebody explain this image with respect to core competency and competitive advantage? I'll pause for 30 seconds. Let's see what answers we get. You guys are smart and I know you will answer this in a fantastic way. What do you understand about core competency and competitive advantage from this image? Work smart, goal target, doing same thing in a different way. Okay, okay, that's a good one. It says work smartly. You know, Newton's law. Core it's circle because that's other r square. That's right. Okay. What it's doing is what it's doing is very simple. Okay. The core competency is this person, this business core competency is that they turned their strategy into a circle while others are doing it in a square. Their core competency is doing something differently from others, right? Which is giving them a competitive advantage that they're ahead of others, right? Which is giving them a competitive advantage that they're ahead of others. Okay. The core competency is they're doing something differently, and that is leading them, that is taking them ahead of others. This is their competitive advantage. Core competency is doing things differently from what others are doing. That's rare, that's valuable, that's taking them ahead. That is their competitive advantage, that they are taking it ahead, right? Cool. You understand the difference between core competency and competitive advantage now? Core competency is this. Turning a square into a circle is core competency. The competitive advantage is that you're ahead of others. The competitive advantage is that you're ahead of others. Okay. That's your competitive advantage. Core competency is converting a square or a cube into a sphere. Okay. That's what it is. That's what this image says. Okay. An organization is said to have competitive advantage if its profitability is higher than the average profitability of all the companies in the industry. Mark this, star this, note this. How do you know you have a competitive advantage? Or how do you know you're ahead of your competitors? You know that when your profitability is higher than the average profitability of all companies in the industry, right? The profitability, your profitability is higher than the average profitability of all other companies in your industry. That is when we say that you have a competitive advantage. Okay. Now, this guy called Jack Welch. Okay. Jack Welch said, boss, it's simple. The business is simple. If you do not have a competitive advantage, don't compete. If you do not have a competitive advantage, दौड़ा के ले जाएगा अपना स्वेयर. आप धक्का मारते रह जाओगे. Right? Because you do not have a competitive advantage here. You do not have a competitive advantage because you do not have any core competency. So this company will always be in a tough position because they will want to succeed, but they will never succeed. So Jack Welch says, if you do not have a competitive advantage, don't compete. Do the business as you're doing. Nobody's saying close down your business. But ये मत बोलो मैं इससे आगे निकल जाऊंगा. नहीं निकल पाओगे. नहीं निकल पाओगे. Right? Because वो तो ऑब्वियस है. कैसे निकलोगे? दिस इज अ स्फेयर, दिस इज यूर अ क्यूब. धक्का मारते रहो, निकल जाएगा. राइट? It's good to be optimistic, but it's even better to be realistic. Okay? It's good to be optimistic, but it's better to be realistic. मैं प्राइम मिनिस्टर बनना चाहता हूँ, इट्स गुड, ऑप्टिमिज्म है, बट क्या मैं am I doing efforts to become the prime minister? No. How will I become? सिंपल है, बनना तो चाहता हूँ बट उसके लिए कुछ कर नहीं रहा हूँ, तो कैसे बनूंगा? रियलिज्म इज आई एम नॉट डूइंग एनीथिंग फॉर इट. ऑप्टिमिज्म इज ऐसे कैसे आई विल बिकम अ प्राइम मिनिस्टर. यू विल नॉट. 3, not succeed in the first time is, he says, competitive advantage बनाओ और compete करो, but compete when you have a competitive advantage. That's what he says. Okay, cool. Competitive advantage. Okay, now competitive advantage, which means again it's coming from core competency. Please remember, it is coming from core competency. So the characteristics will be almost the same. Because it's coming from core competency, the competitive advantage comes from core competency. So the characteristics will be almost the same. Okay. Durability, that means it should be long lasting. Transferability should be tough. Okay. It should be long lasting. It should be sustainable. One time competitive advantage nahi chahiye hame. We want a competitive advantage which goes on for a long time, which is tough, which can beat a lot of competition, take a lot of competition, right? Should be nearly impossible to imitate, right? Should be nearly impossible to imitate. And approachability should have good ROI, right, to the right people. That means return on investment भी होना चाहिए competitive advantage का. You're spending 100 rupees to create a core competency which gives you a competitive advantage of earning 10 rupees extra. Only that means 10% आप ज़्यादा कमाओगे. While your general business, if your general business is at 20% margin, okay? Let's say, let's say your general business is at 20% margin. Now you say, I will create a core competency. I will be the best quality, best channel, best product. I will do everything to become the best in the industry. And for that, I have to spend 100 crore rupees. But your margins will go down to 10%. But your margins will go down to 10% because you're going to spend so much money. Is that a competitive advantage? बताइए. Is that a competitive advantage? Yes or no? Very quickly. Yes or no? Very quickly. Is that still a competitive advantage? You spend so much money that your margins start falling. क्या वो competitive advantage है? Okay. Some people say yes, some people say no. Okay. Very good. आ जाओ पीछे. In other words, an organization is said to have a competitive advantage if its profitability is higher than the average profitability of all companies in its industry, right? Which also includes itself, which also includes itself. These people are the cube. The cube, that means the strategy. The cube here is the strategy. They spent 2 crore rupees. They spent 3 crore rupees. They spent 4 crore rupees to build a strategy. Okay? To build a competitive advantage, let's say. This guy created this sphere for 20 crore rupees. 20 crore रुपए लगा के उसने sphere बना दिया, right? और जीत गया. और जीत गया. The margins है, now you get the cost. They जीत गया because they have the best strategy, the best competitive advantage here, right? They make 17% profit. This company makes 17% profit. This company makes 20% profit. Okay. This company makes 15% profit. And our brother who made this sphere makes only 2% profit. क्या ये competitive advantage है? Is this a competitive advantage? Exactly. Depends on the future returns if that offsets current margin loss. Could be a case. You can say that. That's also right, Manish. That's a good way of thinking. If my margin has gone down, then how it's called a strategy? It's called a bad strategy. It's still a strategy, but it's a bad strategy. Maybe in the future, okay? You guys are very optimistic. Maybe in the future पैसे कमाएंगे हम, ठीक है? आज चाहे लोन आ जाए, right? Today I am in high debt. I will take a loan of 100 crores. कल पैसा कमाएंगे ना? Everybody is a विजय माल्या, ठीक है जी? तो BMW आज खरीद लो, कल तो सैलरी आनी है. To all those people who are saying future returns will offset the current margin loss, you are a student, ठीक है? Take a BMW on loan. कल तो सीए बनना ही है ना. क्या हो गया? खरीद लो आज BMW. क्यों नहीं खरीदते हो? Why are you not buying a BMW today? Tomorrow, 3 years, you will become a chartered accountant. You will make money. You will earn good salaries, good practice. आ जाएंगे पैसे. खरीद लो BMW आज. क्यों नहीं खरीदते? Easy to tell businesses about future state of things. Would you do that? Answer 99.9% might say no. Why are you not buying a big house? Go buy a big house. कल तो अच्छा पैसा कमाना ही है. खरीद लो. It will, Mukteshwari, right? If it's going to give you better returns in the future, it will benefit you in the future. Why don't people buy things then when they don't have money, right? Exactly what happens with the business. Future might always look rosy because we have not seen it. जो चीज नहीं देखी है वो अच्छी लगती है दोस्त. जो चीज आपने देखी ही नहीं वो तो अच्छी लगेगी ना, क्योंकि देखी ही नहीं है. That's why future is always you're like अच्छा ही होगा. Business doesn't work on that. This is this is a competitive advantage, but a failed competitive advantage. I am trying to be the coolest, okay? This is like I wear diamonds and I wear jewelry and I wear the most expensive clothes, but I have all my house is broken. I'm not renovating my house, but I'm wearing a Gucci, I'm wearing a Prada, I'm wearing Burberry sunglasses. My attire is for, you would have seen those reels people have on Instagram, right? What is the cost of your attire? People say it's 17,000 for my shoes and say 8,000 for my shirt. You just tell them, boss, can I see your house? We were like, नहीं वो तो renovate ही नहीं कराया हमने 20 साल से. That is where you got to spend the money. That is where your core competency, that is where competitive advantage sits, not in your clothes, right? That's what happens with the business also. That is again a bad strategy for those people. The same thing happens with the business, right? That's exactly what we are saying here. If your core competency or competitive advantage is not profitable in comparison to others, then it's not a competitive advantage. लॉस मेकिंग होना है तो वो कंपेरेटिव एडवांटेज नहीं है दोस्त. Now somebody may argue Flipkart, Amazon both are loss making. That means they do not have any competitive advantage. They have because industry standard ही loss है. All companies in its industry, everybody is making a loss. Meesho losses, Flipkart losses, Amazon losses, Tata New losses. जब सब लॉस बना रहे हैं तो industry standard is loss making. Now out of that, one company becomes profitable, others are out. There is no core competency, there is no competitive advantage for anybody left. If one company becomes profitable, all others will be standing in line with hands folded that, boss, how have you done that? Please teach us. That company will become the Raja or Rani of the market, right? Because now they are doing better profitability than others. चाहे कुछ भी कर रहे हो. आप profitable हो, that means you are a better business. Meesho is profitable by downsizing their business, right? Meesho का size and Flipkart का size जमीन आसमान का फर्क है, right, Rishabh? Meesho is a $2 billion company. Flipkart is a $50 billion company. 25 times बढ़ी है. So you cannot strategic group mapping, my friend. All companies in its industry means strategic group mapping. वो भी तो करोगे. That is where all the concepts come into the picture, my friend. Strategic group mapping. Meesho is not even a competitor of Flipkart. A $2 billion company versus a $50 billion company, the market is different. They sell substandard products. That is their market. The small sellers. Flipkart sells Apple iPhone, Samsung TV, LG refrigerators. Meesho sells like small appliances, a brush and this and clothes and dusters. The market is entirely different. Okay. Even if they're profitable, Flipkart is not their competition. Cool. Now you are strategic group mapping. That's what we studied, right? Okay. Now let's go to the last topic of this chapter, which is Michael Porter says generic strategies for a business. Michael Porter जी बड़े smart थे. वो कहते भैया 3 strategies हैं. Okay, high cost अगर आपकी production की है या low cost आपकी production की है, you decide, right? Now you want to cover all or most of the industry segments, or you want to just cover some part of the industry? You decide. Once you decide on 2 parameters, right? Once you decide on 2 parameters, you want to sell a premium product to few people, you want to sell a premium product to a lot of people, or you want to sell a low quality product to a lot of people. You decide. Once you decide that, it's basic generic strategy hai. The generic strategy is either you decide selling a premium product to a lot of people, you want to sell super premium product to a few people, or you want to sell a mediocre product to a lot of people. Once you decide that, your strategy is clear. Okay. If you want to sell a high quality premium product to a lot of people, you will be doing differentiation strategy. If you're selling a mediocre, low quality product to a lot of people, you're doing a cost leadership strategy. If you want to sell a super premium product to a very few number of people, you're doing a focus strategy. High premium product, a lot of people, differentiation. Mediocre product, a lot of people, cost leadership. Super premium product, handful of people, focus strategy, right? That's called the 3 generic strategies of Michael Porter. Okay, 3 generic strategies of Michael Porter: differentiation, cost leadership, and focus. Why would anyone want to do a focus cost leadership? Very few companies do that, you're right, but some companies have that strategy. I'll tell you some examples. Okay, we'll come to that as well. Now, generic strategies, cost leadership. The simple concept for cost leadership, as the name suggests, is you are the leader in cost. That means आपकी cost सबसे कम है पूरे बाजार में. In the entire industry, that is strategic group mapping in terms of your competitors. Okay, whenever we say industry now, it means within strategic group mapping, your immediate competitors. Okay, now within your industry or set of competitors, you are the cost leader. That means your cost is the least. You have the lowest cost. Okay, striving to be the lowest at the lowest cost. Lowest cost कैसे होती है? Lowest cost कैसे होती है? How do you achieve a low cost? Right? How do you achieve a low cost? Number 1, prompt forecasting of demand of a product or service. If you know, यार आज से 6 महीने बाद somebody is producing diyas for Diwali. Let's take a basic example, right? If somebody sitting in April or May knows that Diwali is on this particular date in November, people will need a lot of diyas. So they start building diyas now because it will take 3-4 months to make 20 lakh diyas or 1 crore diyas. Okay. Prompt forecasting of demand. तुरंत पता होना चाहिए, अच्छा ये सीजन आ रहा है, बी प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर इट. वंस यू आर प्रिपेयर्ड, योर कॉस्ट्स यू कैन मैनेज. नंबर टू, optimum utilization of resources, zero wastage, zero pilferage, right? It is so standardized process that you do not do any wastage. Wastage कम कर दोगे, cost कम हो जाएगी. Optimum utilization of resources, right? If you have 1 liter of water and 10 kgs of mud to make diyas, and you can make around, let's say, 50,000 diyas from that, you make 50,000. It's not like 45,000 bane, 46 bane. Why are you wasting the material? You reduce your wastage. Number two, achieving economies of scale. That means the more the volume, the better the cost, because fixed and variable cost ka concept hai. Fixed cost remains the same if you make 50,000 diyas or 5 lakh diyas. Fixed cost same rahegi, variable cost change hogi, but the overall cost per unit will come down. The overall cost per unit comes down when your volume increases because your fixed cost is same. It's called achieving economies of scale. Economies of scale means when you expand, the economic value starts going down per unit. Okay. Number four, standardization of products kar do. Just like McDonald's. बर बनाएगा, टिक्की लगेगी, मेयोनीज लगेगी, चटनी लगेगी, अलग बन लगेगा, पैक करेंगे, दे देंगे. जीरो वेस्टेज, फुल एफिशिएंसी, टाइम कम लग रहा है, स्टैंडर्डाइज है, इतने टेम्परेचर पे फ्रेंच फ्राइज बनेंगे. They even have temperature and timer set for French fries, right? That's how standardized they are, which saves a lot of time, taste, customer loyalty, brand, cost. पूरी cost गिरा देता है process की. If you're standardized, your cost starts falling, right? Standardization leads to cost reduction. Invest in cost saving technologies, right? And number four, six is resistance to differentiation. भैया cool बनने की इच्छा छोड़नी पड़ेगी. If you want to be a cost leader, you cannot be creative. मैं ये ऐसा बना देता हूं, मैं वैसा नहीं, cost आएगी. Every single feature you add in your product is going to cost you, right? So you have to resist the creativity within you. You have to resist the differentiation within you कि कुछ अच्छा बनाता हूँ, नहीं, cost आएगी. Standard बनाओ. Standardization, simple basic चीज बनाओ, cost कम आए. You have to resist your creativity and differentiation so that you do not go beyond the basic structure of things, because it will cost money. And that is how you do a cost reduction. That is how you become a cost leader. That is how you become a cost leader. Okay. Not just this, but cost leadership means some of the risks are also there. It's a risky affair. It's a risky affair, right? How is it risky? Number one, the competitors may imitate the strategy. Therefore, overall industry के profit नीचे चले जाएंगे. If somebody imitates you, तो आप तो अब cost leader रहे ही नहीं. You have spent so much money, you have done all of this. आपने ये सब मेहनत करी. Another company comes and they also do this. Then you're not a leader. उसकी भी cost कम है. Their cost is also कम. Your cost is also less. You're no longer the cost leader. You spent so much money on standardization, on achieving economies of scale, on optimum utilization, resisting to differentiation, investing in technology. Other people are also doing. What are you doing differently? Nothing. So all this investment can go zero if the competitors imitate your cost leadership. What will you do? Nothing, right? That's what happened to Nokia. Nokia was a great cheap phone. Micromax came, Vivo, Oppo, टूट गया पूरा market, right? Because the competitors started imitating their cost structures and they brought down the cost. So Nokia is out of business, right? Oppo, Vivo came and they did that economies of scale, they did standardization, and they said, okay, we'll bring down the cost. Number two, technology breakthroughs in the industry may make it irrelevant that your cost ka ye doing this. Okay. Now there could be a technological advancement. Let's say there's a big machine. Just give me an example. You cut steel pipes. If your business is steel pipes and you have a machine which cuts steel pipes, and it's a manual machine wherein one person cuts steel pipes and they can do, like, let's say 1000 pieces in a day. That's their productivity, right? And you have 5 machines, for example. If technology comes and they say you put 20 pipes together, and it's a computer laser based cutting, and they cut it within 5 minutes, 20 pipes, so 15,000 pieces are made every 1 hour. And your person used to make 500 pieces in 1 hour. Now the technology makes 15,000 pieces in 1 hour. You were thinking I'm cost leader because my machine is, the cutting machine is very fast. Technology changes, my friend. Khatam. Tata. Bye bye. No cost leader anymore. The technology has come and everybody has access to it. It's not just that only you will have that machine. Anybody can buy that machine. So your cost leadership is always at risk if technology breakthrough happens and everybody has access to it. Then you're not the cost leader, right? So that's risky. That's risky in cost leadership. Okay. Now, striving to be a low cost producer in an industry can especially be effective when, कब बनना चाहिए आपको cost leader? When the market is composed of many price sensitive buyers. You should be a cost leader when people want to buy cheap products. उन्हीं के लिए तो आप अपनी cost low कर रहे हो ना, so that you can price it low as well. When would you want to price it low? When the customer wants a lower price. How will you lower the price? By lowering your cost. How will you lower your cost? By all these 6 jamelas, right? When the market is composed of many price sensitive buyers, you go for a cost leadership. When there are few ways to achieve product differentiation, then also you go for a cost leadership. ज़्यादा differentiation की ज़रूरत ही नहीं है. You go for a cost leadership. For example, I'll just give you a random example, okay? I'll just give you a very random example is school bags, right? School bags, the design is different, but the concept is same. ऊपर ही zip होगी, there will be 2 pockets, one for water bottle. Inside there will be a laptop leaf. Inside there will be 2 zip pockets. खत्म. The basic design is that. The internal piece of the bag is same for any bag you pick up. बाहर का डिजाइन डिफरेंट है, राइट? बट very few ways of achieving a product differentiation. You will have to have 2 handles at the back so that person can wear that, right? The internal design will be zip based only and pocket leaf only. The area to achieve differentiation, कुछ innovative bag बना दिया नहीं. Bag आप सुंदर बना सकते हो. You can make it beautiful. You cannot make it innovative, right? Somebody would make it. I don't know. I'm not very creative. Right now, if you think the bags are all the same, the concept is all, there is no innovation in bags in the last 50 years. कोई innovation हुई है? Innovation was tires. Luggage bag में earlier there were no tires. They put tires under the bag. That is innovation. But beyond that, nothing has changed as yet, right? They're just building on features, hard है, soft है, light है, ठीक है. Innovation क्या बदल गया इसके product के बारे में? Completely nothing. Right? So areas, when there are few areas to achieve differentiation, it's better to go for cost leadership. It's better to go for cost leadership. Otherwise, if you're very creative, go and differentiate the product. Okay. What I'll do is I'll stop here. We have tomorrow as well. We'll complete this, start with chapter 4 as well. I will also try to get some case scenarios for you tomorrow, right? Let's see if I can get some case scenarios, good case scenarios. I do have those. I'll just have to figure that out, sit and prepare that for you. I'll do that. Okay. And then we will do that tomorrow as well. Let's wrap up for today. It's already 9. I don't watch this. Mother says I have a black which flies. ठीक है Madhav, you are the Indian Harry Potter. झाड़ू पे बैठ के उड़ जा दोस्त. Cool. Let's stop here for today. I think it's been too much for you as well to grasp. We will do the 2 strategies tomorrow, do some case scenarios, try to start chapter 4 as well. Let's see how that goes. Let's just stop here for today. Right. I am still here for 2-3 minutes. If you have any questions, any doubts, happy to help that. For others, who have all things clear, who have understood the concepts. Thanks for joining. I'll see you tomorrow as well. But I'm here for 2 minutes for those who want to ask good questions. ये मत पूछना गाड़ी का कलर कौन सा लोगे. Ask me good quality subject related questions. I'll be happy to answer. Can we just remember the points and write our own answers in the examination? Absolutely, Rachna, but do not forget to underline the keywords. Please keywords को आप जरूर mention करना. Right? You got to remember the keywords for sure and make sure you underline them. Transferability, very good. Let's go to transferability, right? Transferability means that it should be tough to transfer those. That means if you are really good at maths, doesn't mean your brother or sister is good at maths. You cannot just transfer that to them. कि आज से तुम भी अच्छे हो maths में, right? The same happens with core competencies, right? It should be tough. If it's transferable, that means everybody can do that. It should not be transferable easily. It should be tough to transfer those skills. Somebody has to put in efforts to be like you. That's where transferability comes into the picture, right? What is zero customer complaints means nobody is complaining about your product. Can you please advise how to recall all concepts till now that you've taught? Read my notes, man. I've just shortened the entire chapter into 40-45 slides. That to such big text. You can just read in 20 seconds, right? Appropriability should be good ROI to the right people. That means it should be profitable. Appropriate होना चाहिए. पैसे तो कमा के दे. That's what competitive advantage is. It should help you make better money than you're making right now. If you make 100 rupees today, your competitive advantage should help you make 150, not 80. That's what appropriability is. Today evening there's no class. That's the schedule is incorrect. Tomorrow I have a class. नहीं इतना नहीं पढ़ा सकता मैं एक दिन में. The class is tomorrow. That schedule will needs to revise, but same time tomorrow I have a class 7 a.m. शाम को नहीं है मेरी class sir. Descriptive answers we did in the last session. Study material is more than enough for that, Zaida. The study material is more than enough. Descriptive answers from the previous sessions, the PDFs are already uploaded. You can go and check that. I'll upload this tomorrow because once we complete the chapter, till then, your study material is your source of truth. Do not skip that. Okay. Ethically, it's not right. Zero customer complaints. No, it is right. Why not? Everybody is happy. Then why do you have a problem that everybody is happy with you? Relationship between durability and sustainability. Okay, sustainability is basically an outcome of durability, essentially. Okay, if something is tough enough to last long, it will be sustainable. Okay, sustainability is an outcome of durability. That's how you should know this. सुबह से लेके शाम तक ऐसे पढ़ा. Very nice. Cool. Thanks everyone. Can we get CA by doing a job according to you? Can, Seb, everything is possible. If you have time and effort and willingness, everything is possible. Cool. I'll see you same time tomorrow, 9 a.m. We'll start from here and do some cool questions, good questions as well. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow.